Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Sadly, I can't find anything to adjust the volumes of the sound effects, so well, it's probably too late now anyways. It will have annoyed you, for those of you who are annoyed by it, for quite some time now, and yep. It is just the way it is, I am afraid. We are supposed to go back outside of the tavern, and apparently we are supposed to use the door over here. Well, if the characters don't have more needs to run back and forth. We're looking for someone called... Oh. Up here, I think. Two seconds. Let me see here. Could be up here as well.
I'll go ahead.
Let's climb up here. That's another entrance to the bad luck. Here are the guards.
I know the way.
Okay, so we can dimension door up there. But the person I'm looking for is supposed to be... What? That doesn't make so much sense. Over here? Okay. I don't understand that. Let me just quickly check something, please. Apparently that seems to be related to the trickster path. So I'm guessing that the writer of the guide was following the trickster path at the time of writing, because there's a guy called Sokothbinoth, he's the brother of Nocticula, whom we are apparently supposed to meet once more. But that doesn't make sense, because he was supposed to be here. Alternatively, he could be down here, but I doubt it.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
It says that there's definitely no Sokothbinoths here. And that rooftop we've already been upon. No, I think that is related to the Trickster Mythic Path. If not, we will potentially meet him in the middle city. Walking down a street in Alushinyrra, you see Ember. She is sitting on the ground, surrounded by demons, shielding a scrawny babao who looks like he's been beaten. Why are you doing this to him? You're hurting him. Hey, you little ragamuffin. I'll beat you up too. Who are you anyway? I'm sorry, my voice acting in demon is not very proficient. I would assume that this thing would be growling a bit. I'm just a mortal. Weak and silly. Compared to you, I'm a mayfly. One moment I'm here, the next I'm gone. But you'd better listen to what I tell you, because I've lived more than you have. Ember, are you going to preach to demons? Why not? Are demons worse than humans? The demon draws close to the girl and looks over her with contempt. What's with all the riddles? What do you mean you've lived more than us? It's very simple. I haven't lived very long, but I have friends. Those I can protect. Those who are glad to see me. There are many sad things, but I still know what happiness is. But you? Beating, biting, fearing, hating each other? Are you really happy? And if you aren't, is this any kind of life? So yeah, I've lived a lot, but you've spent centuries and centuries without really living. Ugh! This mortal brat, this lump of meat, is going to preach to us? The demon gives a predatory sniff, bends down and shows off his mouth filled with sharp teeth. You know what makes me happy? Gobbling up tasty pieces of meat like you. Ember looks at him serenely. She reaches out and strokes his horned head with her burned palm. Poor thing. You are so hurt and scared all the time. Feel a bit better for a while when you torture others and forget about your suffering. But is that really happiness? The demon recoils from her touch. There is a combination of surprise and terror on his fearsome face. Are you crazy or something? The demons stand around Ember. Their faces show caution and rapacious interest. It is clear that they are slightly afraid of the strange girl who shows no fear. At the same time, they see no obvious threat. I warn you, this girl is under my protection. If anyone so much as touches her, they won't be leaving here in one piece. The demons cautiously look you over. No one's gonna touch her. What would we want with a little runt like that? Come on now, little one. Keep telling your lies. What were you saying? Love, friendship, that sort of drivel? She's a witch. Probably wants to sell us something. Some magic potions or herbs. Come on, show us. What do you have? What? No, I'm not selling anything. I just wanted to tell you how much you're missing. I mean, you're free. Freer than anyone in the world, but you use this freedom to make life miserable for yourself and everyone else. Just think how much happier you could be. Ember keeps preaching. The demons listen, occasionally interrupting with laughter and obscene jokes. Finally, they grow bored and walk away. They left. Do you think they understood anything? These are not humans. Demons are evil by nature. Words can't change that. But sometimes demons do repent, and angels do fall. Their natures are not all powerful. You know, I was thinking, I tried sending prayers to the demon lords, and I tried talking to demons in the street. But one of the demon lords lives right here, in this city. Nocticula, right? What if I try to talk to her? Not through prayer, but in person. You're going to meet her sooner or later, aren't you? Please, take me with you. I'm sure if we meet face to face like you and I are talking right now, I'll be able to convince her to stop being so mean. You'll take me to her? Promise? Yet another stark, raving, lunatic, mad person in our list of companions. Check.
As it should be.
Law Religion, DC 38.
Done.
The symbols inscribed on the wall belong to the language of the Titans, the first creations of the gods, and themselves the creators of the sinister Demodans. We'll come back to this later. Does this take us... How did you get up there? Okay, this is a visual bug. Does this take us up to the middle city? I think it does. I still want to go up there. There's a chest there.
That is not far.
It looks like these rooftops can be used to bypass the guards and get to the streets above.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Librarian's cloak. Not bad. Not excessively good either, but not bad.
The mongrel did it.
It's probably better on higher difficulties when you use a lot of scrolls. As you all know and have noticed, I tend to not use that many
I'll
scrolls.
go ahead.
These guards look fierce. Okay, I want to get up on these rooftops here, so let's see, animals.
Focus on the goal.
Can I dimension door all the way up there, I wonder?
The road awaits.
No mistakes.
We should prepare.
Okay, at this point Alushinyrra is getting mildly annoying.
I am prepared.
Are we in trouble yet? Everyone counts on me.
Together,
For
I
frick's
shall
sake,
not
game.
fail.
no reason to pause. Lead on!
Smile, the world's not ending just yet. Let's get to the exciting
Ask nicely.
part.
Time's not waiting.
Hopefully this'll work. Let's quick save. Dimension door mass. Yeah, that did work. Let's get rid of the trap.
This is my kind of work.
Which angle do I have to look at this thing? Okay, this one. Get a pocket lightning star knife. That's a mere 26,000. Yeah, I did sell a whole bunch of things.
Let us bide our time. Our duty calls.
I know what to do.
Granted me like 110,000. Let's try to dimension door over here. I don't know if there's anything here. Oh, there. Oh, there is definitely something over there. Oh god, so I got the animals with me as well.
I know the way.
Yeah, this is going to be a combat. I'm not too worried about this one though.
Cover me, all right?
It's not like the one we had with the want the Colossus Defiler down though. Any ability damage here? No. I'm gonna do this. Do a protection from evil. And we do Time Siphon. Most of them failed. Well, I think... Well, have a nice flight, I suppose.
Into the fray!
This probably won't work. Never mind, it actually did work.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
That was a lot of attacks.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Okay, that went better than I thought. We got a heavy crossbow +2, scimitar +2, leather armor +2, natural armor +2, protection +1, resistance +1, and then another one. Gloves of resourceful magus. Oh my! 5 extra points of arcane pool. Hello there, my good friend.
This is my kind of work.
Okay.
I'm here. Where else would I be? Pretty good, aren't I?
Okay, now this is going to be mildly challenging to get them all down again.
Follow my lead.
The road awaits.
Ready for anything.
Can I
No
get...
mistakes.
Can
I
you-
am prepared. Time's not waiting. I know what to do.
Please?
Focus on the goal.
Thank you.
Everyone counts on me.
I'm kind of hoping this
Rely on
Ready
works.
for anything?
Standing as much in the middle as I can make him. Ooh, did work. Okay, that those gloves are so good that I think I want to... There's these gloves, which are also quite good, but having 5 more arcane pool... I mean, he should have 7 arcane pool
I shall not fail.
in total. If I put those gloves on, does that immediately increase to 10, or does he have to rest first? Probably have to rest first. Okay. When I'll keep them around. When and if I need them. Well, actually, both of these give ranged touch attack rolls is absolutely not necessary for him. He already has that ring that gives him the use magic device skill competence bonus. Okay. And it's no big question at all. This is where we stood to dimension door up. Our familiars are stuck up there, but I'm not too worried about that. There's another knowledge. Wait.
Yet another obstacle.
This is why I buff in Alushinyrra, because yeah.
Distract them from me.
Out of my sight.
Siphon time. Yeah,
The inheritor.
you guys did
Guide my
great.
blade.
There's a benefit to this, though. These fights will give us a new composite. Oh, Deadeye. Axiomatic. Hello. This is from random things in the middle of the street. An axiomatic longbow, just randomly from Bandit Leader. Axiomatic, of course, being that it is infused with lawful power, so it does 2d6 extra damage against any demon. This thing is like insane versus... We've been using this for a long while, and this is a good bow, but... hello, Deadeye. Now look at his attacks. 22, 22, 22, 18, 14. And then 20 to... Oh, do it easier like this. Like that. Versus that. Go up to 24, 2016. from 22, 18, 14, 20 to 27 damage, and then 22 to 29 damage. But also keep in mind the additional up to 12 damage versus a demon. So you can unequip this bow. Who else is using a longbow? I think you can still use that one. You're using Finian. You can continue to use Finian. It's better than any other bow we have at the moment. Let's save here and have a look at the wall.
Completed.
The signs on the wall indicate that a drug merchant can be found here. In the Abyss, there are many poisons that can plunge mortals and even demons into nightmares. Yeah, I would never have guessed. Here's another one of these portals. This one is for the arena. And we are going to go into the arena. The only thing that I'm wondering about is if I should go back to camp and rest before we do that. Sheesh, most of our spells are actually... Wow. This is kind of insane now. Speaking of which...
Let us bide our time.
Three minutes 10 seconds. Funfix, can you please unequip this lesser extent metamagic rod? And please give this metamagic rod to Caledon. I'm just wondering.
No mistakes.
Almost. Almost. Couple more levels and I will have haste permanently. And that will be pleasant. Don't really need that level. Caledon, you can have this extend rod here. You don't need greater reach. What would be nice is if we had the ability to see here. We don't need many levels for that. Level 17, I think. Because it's 1 round per level, and I'm currently a caster level 20. What is that? So let's quickly check that. 5 minutes equals 300 seconds. Divided by 20 is 15. But 6 times 20 is 120. There is something else going on here. Yeah, the extend spell, of course. And I don't have that feat. Lasts twice as long. 2 is 240. Isn't there some other way? I'm gonna have a look at that in between episodes because it upped this up to 4 minutes 23 seconds now, which does not make sense in regards to my calculation here. Unless 1 round... No, 1 round is 6 seconds. He's caster level 20. And then It doubles the length of the spell, which is 240 seconds. Which is 4 minutes, admittedly. But what we are looking at is 4 minutes 23 seconds. Did that in some way increase his caster level? I definitely have to do it with Caledon, that's sure. No idea. Let's go into the Battle Bliss arena. When I can cast spells... Oh, the noise. When I can cast spells that last for 1 round per minute, Caledon, and have them last 24 hours, that's going to be very, very pleasant. The same handsome young man you saw earlier, text should say, with tousled black hair, strolls casually toward the demon surgeon. Oh, master of stitches, artist of the scalpel, and genius of the surgical profession. Tell me, is your heart free? The young man has a gloved puppet on his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize loudly. His voice is surprisingly deep. Also, do you have an hour of free time tonight? How about a romantic dinner? Hey, be careful. He'll dissect you in a heartbeat. You won't have any organs left by the time he's done with you. The young man gives you a sly wink and continues his conversation with the demon. No, I would not say that my heart is free. Right now it contains 3 copper rods, 200 grams of enchanted quicksilver, and a fair dose of Lamia liver extract. He pauses, then gives the young man an appraising glance. But I could give you an hour or 2 of my time for something other than dinner. Has anyone ever told you that you have a beautiful, smooth skin? I happen to be in need of some. The young man deftly steps aside to avoid the demon's outstretched claws. He jots something down in his notebook. A demon in a blood-spattered apron fussily shoves a few foul-looking chunks of flesh into his apron pockets. His fingers are fitted with horrible steel claws, and you hear the unpleasant sound of metal on metal as he slides them against one another like scissors. He looks up in your direction with an insane grin, and his voice makes your skin crawl. Are you one of the gladiators? Do you need a healer? Or are you here because you want to become more powerful? The demon inspects Lan closely. Oh, what a curious specimen. Who stitched you up? That's an interesting horn. And those scales, look how they reflect the light. How much reptile is there inside of you? Can you climb walls? Or detect the changes of temperature outside? If I cut off your hand, will it grow back again? The demon's clawed hands reach toward Lan, seemingly of their own accord. I'm almost certain it won't grow again, but what about you? I hope your hands grow back, because if you don't keep them off me, you'll need a new pair. I'm not sure it's a good idea to ask him... Right, okay, so if you ask him to make you stronger, you will pay 30,000 gold for it, and you'll get the Demon Graft status, which grants all kinds of permanent buffs, but makes you rage out and attack whoever is closest if your hit points get low. And apparently it's a better idea to give it to Neneo, according to this guide. Oh, Neneo. Who are you? I am the most important person in the Battle Bliss. I am a healer, or as they call me, a stitcher. They drag those poor bleeding fools from the arena so I can stitch them back together, piece by piece. And I do mean that quite literally, since most of them are in pieces by the time they get to me. At first, I simply reattached the severed limbs of wounded fighters. Now, however, my methods are far more interesting. Someone from Nocticula's inner circle taught me the secret of grafting flesh. By combining the flesh of different gladiators, I create the strongest, craftiest, most talented fighters. Oh yes, in these chambers, invincible gladiators are born. I am so close to achieving perfection. Soon, my methods will produce better results than Nahindrian crystals. Ah! I do believe I may have a new theory about the origin of mongrels. I was going to make the same joke, Lan smiles grimly, but I changed my mind. It's hard to make jokes in a place like this. Nahindrian crystals? Nahindrian crystals are something of a legend here in Alushinyrra. Almost no one knows what they actually are or how to get their hands on them. It all started with a few demons here in the city. These demons suddenly became very powerful in a very short period of time. Transformation happened almost overnight. According to those rumors, these demons received their incredible powers from Nahindrian crystals. Now, all of Alushinyrra is crazy for these crystals. They're all anyone talks about these days. And all the merchants know that if you call your goods Nahindrian, you can easily double the initial price of your wares. This seems redundant. You'd use the help of the healer. The demon dismisses you with a wave of his hand. I don't bother with regular wounds. They are not worthy of a Minecraft. Just drink a potion and you'll be fine. Sell anything. Actually, get those and those. It's not like we can't afford it. 678,000. What I am interested in is looking at his items, though. Normally I would always buy the bag of holding, but the Dark Omen is definitely something we want. For some reason he also sells that. Sells food ingredients. Sells scrolls on inflict. We have enough of those. Why does he have the Arendelle? What the heck? What are the items that I sold to a tavern keeper back in Kenarbers? Okay, well, I'll take the bag of holding. Deal. Also, I meant to be using this.
Who, me?
Question is, should I use it on Waldriff or should I use it on Lan? Waldriff has excessively high dexterity. I think I should use it on Lan, actually. Well, Waldriff does have that +6 spell, so... Whereas Lan has a +4. Yeah, no, let's use it on Waldriff. That is the most sensible thing. We also had another item like that, Grand Owl of Wisdom. +1 bonus on all skill checks. I think we'll use that on Thunfix because of the knowledge things here. The knowledge world is a bit low. Good. And that's about it for now. Let's talk to the Arena Master, Zeklex. A stern but tired-looking tiefling observes you politely. His clothes look expensive but tasteful. He's carrying a large bag, and every once in a while it moves and twitches as if something is inside. Welcome to the Battle Bliss arena. My name is Zeklex. I am the arena steward. Irman Galeth is the master of the arena, but I help him manage its affairs. You look like you're new here. Did you come to spectate the fights, or to participate in them? The tiefling has a surprisingly open and honest face. After all these demons, he looks strangely normal. The tiefling looks you up and down with the calm professionalism of a person doing an unpleasant job with diligence. The arena is more accustomed to melee fighters than to spellcasters. Please, don't take that as a sign of disrespect. A fool would underestimate the power of magic, but the audience loves a show. Athletic bodies, straining muscles, claws and blades carving up flesh. Although most of our gladiators do use some supernatural tricks, there are few pure spellcasters among them. Perhaps you are destined to reverse this trend. Irmangalith. I remember a demon called Irmangalith. He was a vile, cunning murderer. He had a way with words that was just as deadly as his skill in battle. There's a rustling sound from within the tiefling's bag, and an imp peeks his head out to look at you. He has large, drooping ears and stares at you with his huge, unblinking eyes. Then, as if suddenly shy, he darts back into the bag and vanishes from sight. Sounds like Wally. Never mind. I want all of Alushinyrra to know my name. I want you to arrange a match for me against your strongest gladiator. The tiefling falls silent. It looks as though he is calculating something in his head. Finally, he responds, "That is truly your goal. You will have to defeat the current champion. If you kill Gelderfang, your name will be on everyone's lips. But you will have to prove yourself if you want to face the champion. A fight with Gelderfang is a big deal here in Alushinyrra, and only members of the Nahundrian League, elite gladiators of the Battle Bliss, are considered worthy opponents. Killing others just to entertain spectators. These creatures of the abyss sow death and destruction in such a careless, casual manner." Sela grimaces. I know that our mission is important, and I know we can't allow ourselves to get distracted by feelings and emotions, but smashing skulls and eviscerating bodies just to entertain these evil creatures? Iomade, it makes me sick just to think about it. But it is extremely difficult to join the League. You have to slay an active member and take their place. So, if you wish to fight the champion, you will have to spend a lot of time in the arena. However, if you would like, I can arrange a fight between you and another newcomer. If you can prove yourself in battle, I will be able to find a match against a more reputable opponent. I've killed hundreds of demons. Why should I have to prove myself to anyone? The tiefling shrugs. I'm sure you fought countless enemies back on Golarion, but this is the Abyss. No one cares. If you want the audience to respect you, you'll have to prove yourself in the arena. They'll take you seriously until you show them what you can do. Very well, I'll prove myself. I'll fight another newcomer. The tiefling nods respectfully. I'm glad that we've reached an understanding. I'd like to talk about Irmangalith. The imp pokes his head out of the bag in surprise. You seem to have aroused his curiosity. His sad, drooping ears perk up with excitement, and he stares at you with big round eyes. You wish to speak with Irmangalith? I'm afraid that's impossible. Irmangalith never communicates with anyone except his most trusted aides, and Gelderfang is under strict orders to kill anyone who tries to talk to his master without permission. Irmangalith believes that minimizing his contact with the outside world will make the audience in the arena want him even more. I'd like to know more about you. The tiefling smiles wryly and addresses the imp in his bag. See, Crow? This is why we worked so hard to climb the ranks. We wanted to be important, and now look. This stranger wants to know all about us. I guess that means we're finally a big deal. Who are you? I'm the arena's steward. My position is prestigious, but my success is hard-earned. My life has not been easy. I grew up on the streets of Alushinyrra. I was a street urchin and orphan. I'm the result of an act of violence committed against a helpless slave woman. I've always been weak. I've always been surrounded by those who are bigger and stronger than me. My life, I've had to rely on my wits to survive. Out on the streets, I scrounged around for food and tried to avoid becoming someone else's snack. Fortunately, I had someone to look out for me. Tiefling takes a small piece of dried meat and holds it close to the bag. Quick as a flash, a scrawny paw darts from the bag and snatches up the treat. Crow has been my companion for a long time. He is also my partner in business. Together, we saved up our money, one coin at a time. We made allies and sought out opportunities for advancement. Worked hard to climb the ranks of society. In the beginning, our goals were simple. Never starve again, never live in poverty again, and never fear for our lives again. Trust me, those goals aren't easy to accomplish here in the Abyss. You have to be very influential in this city to achieve any of those things. But we've managed to make our goals a reality. In fact, we've been doing quite well for ourselves here in Alushinyrra. What's your role here? Here Mangaleth is an artist, not a clerk. That is why I have so many responsibilities. I search for new fighters, I make the fight charts and arrange the fights so that the opponents are evenly matched. And of course, I organize all of the matches. Unfortunately, my master has a habit of interfering with my work. He's been very involved lately, and as a result, the fights have been terrible. Combat turns into meaningless carnage. There's no skill, no strategy involved. And of course, no one wants to place bets on fights like that. Everyone already knows who's going to win. They aren't even fights anymore, they're just public executions. That's also a form of entertainment, of course, but it's not what our audience wants. George perks up. Bets, you say? I wouldn't mind betting a few coins. What's your cut of the winnings? Zeklex's voice takes on a monotonous tone, like the rustle of dry, dusty pages in a thick accounting book. Our normal cut is 20%. That number goes down to 10% if the betting ratio is 3-1 against the winner, and it goes up to 30% if the odds are 3-1 or more in favor of the winner. You don't look like you belong in the Abyss. The imp peeks out of the bag, and the tiefling grins as he pats his companion's tiny little head. That's because I like to stay organized. When I was growing up, I made mental lists of all my possessions, my money, my enemies and allies, my schedule and my goals. I was weaker than everyone else, and these mental calculations helped me to survive. It was the only advantage I had, the only way that I could gain the upper hand, and keeping lists became a habit. I've found that it disciplines the mind and keeps my thoughts organized. I am an accountant by nature, and my ability to bring order to a place where chaos reigns has turned out to be a profitable skill. Who is that imp hiding in your bag? The tiefling smiles as the little creature peeks curiously out of the bag. It has big, drooping ears and a small round face and big round eyes that gaze at you curiously. This is Crow. He's my business partner. He also happens to be my familiar. I have no idea how he wound up in the Abyss, but he's not had an easy time of it either. If our paths hadn't crossed, we'd both be dead by now. He's probably the only one I trust. The imp fidgets beneath your gaze and finally darts back down into the bag to hide. It's odd to see an imp, an infernal creature, here in the Abyss. The fundamentally chaotic energy of this place must be repugnant to a creature born on the plane of order and evil. Your imp is an infernal creature. How has he managed to survive here, in the Abyss? Zeklex looks at you with respect. It's nice to meet a person who knows the difference between an imp and a quasit. Yes, Crow is a devil, though a lesser one. I have no idea how he ended up here, but at the time we met he was extremely unwell. Staying in the Abyss is not much easier for him than staying underwater would be for a mortal. So that's how I spent the first real money I managed to earn here, on this fine stolen-to-order bag. It's had magic symbols sewn inside it that makes its interior bearable. Bro, I have no more questions. I'm glad I could satisfy your curiosity. I'd like to know more about the Battle Bliss. What would you like to know? The arena's operations are simple, functions like a pyramid. The spectators are at the lowest level, Regular gladiators are on the next tier, followed by the members of the Nahindrian League. The champion towers above them all, and the master of the arena stands on his shoulders like an omnipotent god. Tell me more about what happens in the arena. The Battle Bliss is a gladiatorial arena. You must understand, fights are a big deal in Alushinyrra. They are the city's primary source of gossip and entertainment, but they are much more than that. These gladiatorial matches serve as a kind of ritual, a daily offering to the demonic way of life, and these daily offerings, these rituals, are performed in the Battle Bliss. In a way, it's more of a temple than an arena. The arena is the only reason this city is still standing. Without the Battle Bliss, the demons would have brought Alushinyrra to ruins long ago. But instead of tearing down the city with their rage and their desire for slaughter, they come here to quench their thirst for blood. You see, the arena gives them a sort of a release. It allows them to satiate their lust for violence. Who runs this place? His name is Irmangaleth. He's a Cambion. He was born in the Abyss as the offspring of an incubus and a mortal woman. Incubi are naturally persuasive, but Irmangaleth's father was especially skilled at using his words to manipulate and control. Well, his son inherited his silver tongue. His ability to influence a crowd is unmatched. Just the sound of his voice, he can instantly instigate a riot or make a screaming group of demons fall silent and listen to his every word. Forms up to the audience, the spectators are ready to jump into the arena and fight the gladiators themselves. The strongest fighter in the arena. The champion's title is currently held by an incubus named Gelderfang. He's the deadliest of Irmangaleth's fighters, and serves as his bodyguard. He is a true artist of death and destruction. Of course, there are other fighters in the Abyss who are more dangerous, but no one can kill like he does. Makes every death exquisite, and prolongs the agony and suffering of his opponents. He can transform any fight into a spectacular show, turns combat into a performance, and knows how to create a dramatic spectacle out of the most mundane match. There are only two things Gelderfang wants in life: pleasure and murder. They are his obsession, and he feeds that obsession every time he steps into the arena. After all, everyone in Alushinyrra knows his name, and the audience yells it at the top of their lungs every time he kills one of his rivals. What is the Nahindrian League? It's an odd name, I admit, but it's in keeping with the latest trend. Nahindrian is a very popular word in Alushinyrra these days. The Nahindrian League is led by the arena's current champion Gelderfang, and only the very best gladiators can become members. The fighters of the League belong to Irmangaleth, but not all of them are demons. Alushinyrra serves as a crossroads between multiple worlds, and fighters come from many different planes to perform in the arena. I've heard of Nahindrian crystals. Get them if you're a member of the League. Zeklex gives you a faint smile. They'd like you to believe that, but no. The members of the Nahindrian League are no different than the Nahindrian booze vendors in the tavern, or the Nahindrian whip supplier at the flesh markets. None of them actually have access to the crystals. I've heard that Nahindrian crystals contain immense power. Gelderfang would love to have one, and there are rumors that Irmangaleth promised him a crystal in exchange for his services as a bodyguard. Of course, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Irmangaleth was lying. I'm not sure even he knows how to get his hands on a Nahindrian crystal. I understand. I'm glad I could satisfy your curiosity. I have to go. Zeklex bows respectfully. From the depths of his bag, you see the glint of large, curious, round eyes. And on that note, I think it is time for us to wrap up the episode here. In the next episode, we shall definitely be going into the arena and fight. So, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below the video, of course. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and that I will see you all in the next one.